Welcome to Sweden. It was a long trip from the west coast of the US here to Luleå in northern Sweden. I am here to drive Volvo's EX30. It's a fully electric car, either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. We're gonna need to play with both, on-road as well as on an ice track. We also got some other fun surprises along the way. Let's go. All right, about to dog sled. That's a long Swedish word. I'm not even gonna try to murder that, but let's go see the dog sledding. You dogs excited to get going? Dogs are all harnessed up and ready to go. There's a lot of excitement out here in the doggy pens. These guys are ready to rip. All right, cruising on a dog sled across the frozen lake. These guys are worked up. Good times. That's it for dog sledding. We had 3 of us on that little sled. Stinky, stinky dogs when you're cruising. But they're way quieter when they're moving because they're happy. All right, on to the next thing. Another early morning here in Sweden. We just did about an hour-and-a-half drive on some snowy roads in the all-wheel drive EX30. Smooth, comfortable ride. Got to play with the traction control on, off, slide it around on some back roads a little bit. But now, frozen lake and an ice track. Let's see what the rear-wheel drive and the all-wheel drive can do back-to-back and see what the big difference is on an electric car like this in the snowy northern Sweden.
Before getting behind the wheel, we were briefed on the wheels.
There is also a performance all-drive setting, and what that does is that it permanently locks the front axle.
And given some pointers from our professional instructor for navigating the ice.
Believe it or not, this is the thickness of the ice where we drive. You can drive a tank on it, if you like, but we don't have any.
Now, it's off to the slalom course.
All right, Volvo EX30 on a slalom course on a frozen lake. We are in the rear-wheel drive one now. I got my foot to the floor, and I'm tossing it through the course here. And it's very safe. Like the car, caught it and saved it. But the traction control is fully on and completely shut down the amount of power I was putting in it. So it keeps you real safe, but definitely not as fun as you would think maybe a rear-wheel drive car would be on ice like this. You can catch things, but the power delivery, like I got the foot to the floor and we're still waiting. Go, 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 no slip, and still hasn't gone yet. Wow, the traction control is quite intrusive. But we did miss the moose and the car on the exit, so there is that. All right, let's go giant slalom and see what this thing can do. Rear-wheel drive, first we're gonna turn the ESC off. Doesn't turn it all the way off, we just get a lot less of it, hopefully. All the way to the floor. Not much wheel spin, surprisingly, actually. We're gonna use some wipers here. I got my foot to the floor right now. I have not lifted yet. I have not lifted. I would like to lift, but that would just kill all of our momentum. There's about half, once you get over half, there we go. All right. About half the steering wheel turn and about half to 3/4 throttle, and you can kind of modulate it. Past that, and traction control just stops you dead cold. But it's a Volvo, super safe. Not as fun as the all-wheel drive one with more power though.
Yeah, you can go.
All right, Volvo EX30 on a frozen lake racetrack. We got performance all-wheel drive mode on, the ESC traction control off, and we're gonna throw it in here. This thing has plenty of horsepower, and it just keeps you safe the entire time. But this all-wheel drive, and with the performance drive mode, allows you to really, oh, good save, I think. Yep, I got it. Really allows you to have fun and toss it through the course without it completely shutting down. When the traction control is on though, it's pretty aggressive. This is the super slidey corner. You can see tracks off all over the place, but I saved it. And yeah, this thing is really good fun. I will say the all-wheel drive is hugely preferable over the rear-wheel drive, especially with this performance all-wheel drive mode engaged, which locks the clutch in the front axle. So good times on the ice in Sweden. All right, some quick conclusions. The Volvo EX30 is a true Volvo. The thing will keep you safe in just about any condition. It is amazing with the traction control and the way the computers are calibrated on this car to keep you on the road no matter how low the friction is on the surface you're driving on. Now, the rear wheel drive, even with the traction control off, it's not all the way off and it's pretty intrusive, and you really can't really build a lot of momentum or get the tail super happy. It is better with the traction control off in order to get a little tail happy and have some fun with it, but not great. The all-wheel drive one though, traction control off with all the extra power it has over 400 horsepower. That thing is a blast. You just have to, the traction control is still a thing. So if you bury the throttle or you give it too much steering angle, it still cuts you down and just, you get no power. But if you give it, you play the throttle in the middle, and you only give it 30 to 50 degree steering angle, you can drive it, like really link everything together and slide it on purpose. I would get the all-wheel drive one, like straight up. The all-wheel drive one is more fun and has more power. Who doesn't want more power?
Yeah.
Very cold river here in Sweden. You just have to do it. It's gonna hurt.
Oh, wow.
That is cold. That's the end of ice driving with the EX30 here in northern Sweden. Thanks Volvo for having me out. Both the rear wheel drive and the all-wheel drive versions were amazingly good fun out here. If I were gonna buy one, I would buy the all-wheel drive. It is just way more fun in these conditions, but either are really gonna keep you safe. They're both Volvos. Pricing starts at about $35,000, goes up to about $47,000. They come out this summer in the US. They're already hitting other world markets right now. This is a world market car. It's got a Geely undercarriage and battery and motor system. And then Volvo has built everything from there. They've put about 4 years of work into bringing this vehicle to market. It's a great size for around town. It fits 4 adults comfortably, no problem. You can definitely put a 5th in there. Cargo room is a little compromised because it is a very small vehicle. The higher end trims come with a full glass roof, not my favorite thing. It doesn't have a shade, so it has a little bit of glare. I prefer the solid roofs. But tons of recycled materials inside, which I really, really love. I applaud Volvo for doing that. They've come up with some really creative ways to make it look cool and be better for the environment. So check it out this summer at a Volvo dealer near you.